right. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? If somebody could let me know you can hear me, that would be great. I'm here in a hotel room in South Carolina. I've got another makeshift studio that I put together here today. Nico's here. You got Amy from Indiana, looks like. Dana showed up from Illinois. German Shepherd Mom from North Carolina. German Shepherd Mom, I think you said you might be around Charlotte. I'm going to be in Charlotte next, not this Thursday, but the next. I'm playing at the Whitewater Center, music there. Excuse me. So, anyway, if you want to come out, we'd love to have you. If you're new here, there's no cover charge. The only thing we ask is you just write your name and just where you're from. That's all we ask. So that's what's going on with that. So I've got my computer over here. That's why I keep staring. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. Again, last week, I want to apologize. We had a really good meditation going on. We were about an hour into it. In the space I was in, the power surged and went out. So anybody that was on that meditation and it cut off on you, I'm sorry. I tried to regroup. The power came back on. I tried to get some people. I got a couple people back, but I realized some people probably left. So I want to apologize. Just the internet shut down and it cut everybody off on my computer. So that's just what happened. But we at least got in a good hour together. So it was an hour and a half meditation. But we'll have to do that one again for sure. So, all right. I am in a hotel. If you hear an ambulance outside, that's not for me, thank goodness. All right, so a couple things I was going to tell you about. I got some new videos coming out. I've got one that I just made about my experience at Dr. Joe Dispenza's week-long advanced retreat in Nashville. So I'll be talking about some of my experiences from there, and that video will be coming out soon. I'm also just did a video on my body shaking during meditation, kind of giving an example of what that is. So that'll be coming out too. And then I've also got one that I talked about last week with the Salty 7 YouTubers. They're kind of Joe Dispenza followers as well. And I was down in Texas and they interviewed me there. So that video will be coming out, and it's a kind of a nice little video we did there. So that's that. Another thing. Last week, if you were on this thing last week, I was talking about this mask. Tell me meditation doesn't work. But I talked about this last week, but this company, Manta Mask, they actually sent me an email, and they wanted me to be an affiliate. So now I've got a link that I think I put in the description. If you go there, I don't make a bunch of money, but this is a mask that I use. I really like it. I'm not going to push it that hard on you, but if people are curious, this is way better than most other masks that I've seen. But it's got these little cups on here. You can peel it. They Velcro on. You buy the mask, you buy the cups. They come on there. But I buy a couple of these cups, so then I can take them off and wash them when if I wear this and it gets dirty. And then I've just got a couple of them, so I can kind of rotate in and out. But they make this. They've got like a pro version of this. This is just kind of like the cheaper version, but they're not really that cheap, like $50. But they are really nice. What I like about them is you can open your eyes inside, and your eyelashes won't hit anything. So that's kind of cool. They also have it in silk. So any ladies like silk out there, you go check that out. So anyway, like I said, I don't make a whole bunch of money, but if you want to, that money will go towards buying a microphone for me or something. But there's a link in the description below if you want to check more out about it. So, all right, got Wilson here. I think Wilson was from Vermont, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Repeat customer. Also, I wanted to share with you guys, if you were here last week, then we talked about it a little bit. I've got a Facebook group that I'm going to share in the chats right now. If you haven't gotten on the Facebook group, that's going to be a way that I can kind of communicate with everybody, because there has been some times that I haven't been able to pull off the meditation just because of life circumstances. So I just put the link in there to the Facebook group. Join that, and I'll kind of be able to communicate with everybody outside of YouTube. And I'm also going to have a permanent YouTube link that I'll be using that for people that don't want to sit here and listen to me talk every week, you could just come in at 8 o'clock and do the meditation with this. So, and just join up on that link. So I'll be sharing that on the Facebook group. So just click on it. I'll probably share it again at the at the end of this talk here. So Jen from Miami's here. I talked to her this week. She made it. That's good. All right. And let's see here. What did I have? The Facebook group. Oh, we got a poll going. Let's see what where we're at the poll. If you're new here, we got a little poll going. You just go and vote for which meditation we want to do, and the one with the highest votes at the end wins. It's pretty simple. If you don't know what the meditations are, just kind of pick one that sounds good, and we'll find out what it is. So, right now, Blessings of the Energy is winning, and I've got about. Well, we'll see if that wins. So right now, it's changing up. The Alchemist is in there. So we should start taking bets and seeing what's gonna win at the end. So anyway, all right. So that's that. There was going to be a couple of things that I was going to share with you that I could talk about for a little while. I was talking with a couple of people this week, as I do every week. I always talk with people, but I wanted to share with you something that kind of came to me in a meditation a couple of weeks ago. But basically, I find that there's a lot of people that get hung up on the theory. And I say hung up. They think the theory, the books, the information, that all these books that are out there about meditation, I don't think that they're bad. Some people have kind of said, I know you don't like that stuff. I do like that stuff, but it is just theory. And the way that I kind of saw it was this theory and the information and the books and the videos, they're kind of like... it's just theory. What meditation does is actually let you feel and experience. So if you're going to sit here and understand the theory, it's kind of like getting instructions on how to ride a bike. Like if you could sit there and study for 5 years, 10 years on how to ride a bike, it's not that complicated. Most people at any age can understand that you hop on the bike, you put your legs up on the things, and you start pedaling. But until you actually get on the bike and you experience that, you don't know what you don't know what's going on. So you have to be able to feel the experience in order to really retain the information and be able to have it ingrained inside of you. So the theory, I find that a lot of people get obsessed thinking that they have to know all of this information in order for the meditation to work. When I really think you should probably be spending more time on the meditation, because this is going to make a lot more sense, all the theory and all that information, once you can connect with the meditation. Because once you feel it, you kind of have an understanding of exactly what's going on. There's not much confusion about anything. It kind of hits you like a lightning bolt. And so there's a lot of anytime you have a gray area of in your mind of what's going on, once you really connect with that deep meditation, it makes it very black and white. This is right and this is wrong, and everything that you've been studying finally makes sense. It's like everything that you studied to ride a bike. Once you hop on it and you kind of get your balance, you get going, you're like, all right, I get it now. I can feel that. You never learn how to ride a bike until you hop on it and actually feel that experience. And when you do, you just leveled up and got to a different place there. But anyway, I hope that makes sense. I say that a lot because I'm worried maybe I don't make sense. But if anybody has any questions, you can put them in the chats and I'll be happy to try to answer them. And so, also, let's see. I had someone ask me a question that I thought was a pretty good question this week. How do you know if you're meditating correctly? And I kind of answered them with, it's not that complicated to meditate. Just as in return, it's not that complicated to work out. I think they're the same kind of things that hold people from working out physically are the same kind of issues that hold people back from meditating. They find reasons like, I don't know, I got to get the right book. I got to get the right meditation. I got to, my kids have to be in bed. All these things have to happen. And there's so many people that will give excuses to work out. Like, well, I got to find the right trainer. I got to find a gym. I don't have any clothes to wear, or whatever. I think everybody's heard and probably dealt with those kind of reasonings in your mind, but it's the same kind of stuff that happens. And so it's not complicated to lose weight. You don't need a perfect trainer to be able to lose weight. At the end of the day, you just get out there and you start running, you start walking, you start getting active. And you don't have to have a perfect plan right in the beginning. And it's the same thing with meditation, in my opinion. You don't have to understand everything. Just start spending time closing your eyes, putting on a mask so it doesn't distract you, and spend time and just sit there and just kind of chill out for a while. Kind of like plugging your cell phone up to the computer. Spend time doing that. And I think that you're going to start to see things in your life start to get a little better. You start to sleep a little better. You start to, start to talk better. That's one thing that I noticed. So it was easier for me to talk to people after I started meditating. Not that I had a hard time. It just conversations started to flow better with most anybody I encountered. So you're going to start to see things in your everyday life where you go, that's maybe this thing's working out. My dad's very conservative. And if you had asked me a year and a half ago if he would ever meditate, I would have said there's no way he's ever going to do that. But he kind of saw some changes in me, and he's been struggling. A lot of people know that I lost my brother about a year and a half ago. So my dad's been struggling with that. I know that he wouldn't mind me talking about him. He loves people talking about him. But I know that he's been struggling with it. So he's actually found meditation. He's meditating every day. And I think he says he's meditating twice a day for 15 minutes. And to me, that's and he's doing it every day because he is seeing results. And sometimes they're not immediate, but it's just like working out. If you get out there and you start moving, you start walking around, you start getting some energy going, you're going to start feeling better. You're going to have better thoughts. You're going to start to lose weight. And after a week, you're going to go, I lost 5 pounds. Well, in meditation, you're going to lose, it's the same kind of concept. I tell people, some people may work out physically, but you also need to work out your mind. A lot of people are mentally obese, and they may look in shape, but you got to take care of your mind and your body. And so meditation is a great tool that I found that works for me and a lot of other people. So anyway, I think I'm kind of carrying on, but basically, just don't overthink it. You're going to start. How do you know if you're meditating correctly? You're going to know by you have to spend time doing it and quit worrying about the theory, quit worrying about doing it right. Just spend time closing your eyes. And then I promise you, if you do that every day for a period of time, you're going to start to see some results. And then you go, all right, maybe this thing's working. And you're going to see things that show up short term and then things that come over a long period of time. Meditation is like stacking bricks, in my opinion. And some days you get to stack a lot of bricks at one time. But basically, you start stacking a brick every day. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but you start doing that over a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you're going to look back and go, man, this is a pretty nice looking house. I think I got to keep doing this. So just like working out, you start working out, you lose a pound. You start working out some more, you lose 3 pounds. And then you start to see results. You feel better. And once you lose, if somebody needs to lose 50 pounds, they're probably not going to go back to being obese because they feel so great. They're going to see the results and get the full benefits. So anyway, I hope that makes sense if that anybody is questioning, because I think that is a common thing. Sometimes it was for me, like, am I meditating? Am I doing this right? And just commit to doing it over a period of time. And I promise you'll see results. And that'll prove to you that it's right. So Jen says her whole life is 20 pounds overweight. That's funny. All right, so does anybody have any questions here? Let's see. We've got a lot of people on here that have been on here a lot. You may not have any questions. Let's see. Again, if you're just showing up, all you have to do is just write in the comments of where you're from. And if you have any questions about meditation, just feel free to ask. If you're uncertain about some things, there's no stupid question. That's why I kind of set this up for people that are kind of like curious or trying to figure out how to do this, because I found that most people that do it, in my life, there's not a lot of people around me that do it. So we've got this little community here. There's other communities out there as well, too, where you can kind of meet with people that meditate and not feel so alone or in the dark and feel so weird about it. You can actually, talk back and forth with people to communicate, see if you are doing it right, So let's see. All right, see if we got any questions. Yeah, we're not doing the Body Electric tonight. It didn't work out last week. The Body Electric turned into no electricity. So I think it was probably such a powerful meditation. The power box couldn't hold it. So we'll do it again sometime, but let's give it a little break. I want to at least complete a meditation. So let's see. All right, if there's... All right. All right, so Jen has got a question. I haven't read it, but I'm just going to put it up here. I have a question. When doing meditations that involve breathing, do you always exhale from your nose or your mouth? I wouldn't... Now, I'm not like a breath expert, but I also think that these breathing techniques and exercises that they do, they're not really that complicated. And I have heard from people that are considered the experts on breathing techniques, I've heard them say that it doesn't matter. So I wouldn't let that get you too hung up on it. Now, maybe if you're doing Dr. Joe's, he kind of does it aggressively and quickly. At least at his events. So it's probably better to go through your mouth. But, whatever I guess works for you. I've heard from some of those, Wim Hof and those people, they've said it doesn't matter. Do it in your mouth, do it in your nose. It doesn't matter. But some other people may have an opinion out there. So find what works for you and just play around with it. All right, let's see if there's some more. Got some questions. All right, so they were asking which blessings of the energy center is it? Well, if blessings of the energy center wins, which it's in a tie right now with the alchemist. If you haven't voted on the poll, we got a hot race. So blessings of the energy and the alchemist. Which blessing of the energy would it be? I've got, I think, 8 of them. So if that ends up winning, then we're going to do like a quick poll on which one we're going to do after that. So we'll pick a number 1 through 8 and we'll have some kind of vote. We'll figure it out, or I'll flip a coin or something like that. Let's see. Again, does anybody have any questions? I'm kind of scrolling through trying to find them. Nico said, let's stack some bricks. That's right. Yes, indeed. All right, so Wilson's got a question here. Let me see here. What can you say about working with uncomfortable sensations in the body? Well, I'm assuming that you're talking about when you're meditating. But those are a lot of times, you don't get to choose how meditation goes down. They aren't all happy. They aren't all sitting on a beach drinking Mai Tai cocktails. They can get dark. They can get scary. They can break you down. I mean, if anybody's seen my first video of my first experience into meditation, where I really connected with it, it hit me over the head like a ton of bricks. It was one of the hardest things that I've ever done. And talk about uncomfortable sensations. I mean, I was, all of a sudden my body was shaking. I was having to deal with that alone in itself. And I had every emotion coming out of me. The good, the bad, the ugly. I had tears pouring out. My shirt was soaking wet. I thought I was maybe having a heart attack just because so much was going on. I didn't know what was going on in my body. So anyway, I'm probably getting a little too much into that, but basically, a lot of times it's really just previous traumas that have been built up in your body that they're coming out. And if those uncomfortable sensations are there, you don't want to fight them. You don't want to push them back down. There's a guy named Michael Singer that does a great job of explaining this. And I've gone, and so if you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend. I think most people have probably heard him if they're somewhat into meditation, but he talks about, those sensations come up. Those are like big fish. You want them to, but you don't want to engage with them. You don't want to relive that experience and kind of, go back in time like, oh man, he hit me, or if it's a sensation, just rest your shoulders, just ease it, and just let it be there. And when it does, it should just dissipate over a period of time. But if it's still there, just let it sit there. You're supposed to sit there with those uncomfortable sensations. It's supposed to happen. And I believe that's when you're starting to rewire your brain. And that's when you're having that experience like I was talking about. You get to feel it. And so just sit there with it. It could be uncomfortable sometimes. That's just part of the gig. You don't get to choose. You may be having a great day today, and then you get into a meditation and You end up leaving crying. So it can really change things fast. So that's just how it goes. You don't get to choose how meditations go. They're all different. They show up differently. They show up on days you don't expect them. And it's just part of the gig. It's kind of, for me, I kind of like that. You don't know what you're going to get. It's like opening up a present. Like, it may be a wild experience. It may be crazy. Maybe nothing happens. But you don't have to have anything to happen, have anything happen in order for meditation to work. So I hope that answers your question, Wilson. I may have overexplained a little bit. All right, so Jen posted a question. Did I already answer that, Jen? I think maybe I did. If not, if you could post it again, I think I missed it. Does anybody else have any questions? Yes, Jen, great idea for a video. All right, maybe I missed it. Oh, I should do a video with my dad. That's a good. He might come on. He'd try to steal the show though. I don't know. He's a mess. Oh, good Lord. No, my dad's a great guy. I love him to death. I'll ask him to see what he says, but I don't know. I think he'd get uncomfortable. But that's a good idea. I'll ask him to see. I'll give you an update next week, or maybe I'll just bring him on next week if he wants to show up. So, all right, Gregory's dead. Okay, so Jen says Dr. Joe says to breathe from the mouth or the nose. So he says it there too. All right, so Jen says if blessings of energies wins, do the most advanced one. Okay. Let's see. It looks like, I don't know. Nobody else is voting. We might have to flip a coin or something. Digital coin online. All right. Q others. How do you experience being supernatural? I think supernatural, just the name in itself, is just a name given to an experience that, sometimes, I think that that's a good question, and I'm trying to figure out how to answer it. Because even though I've had a lot of experiences and I've done a lot of meditating, I can't really say what the supernatural is. I don't really use that term either, but I think I know what you're getting at. It's really just sitting there and spending time in the basement of your soul and just quiet your mind. And you don't have anything to do if that shows up or not. You don't have anything to do with it. If you do that, you shut all that down, there's a greater chance something like that will show up. And that's really all you can do. You can't make it show up. If you try to make it show up, that experience, then it's not going to be there. I've already tried that a bunch, and I've been hearing tons of people that have got experience with it. It's the same thing. So the consensus is in. You just have to shut it down, plug the cell phone up to the computer. That's the analogy that I use a lot. And just wait and see what happens, and just be fine with whatever happens. All right, so Rosario says, yes, advanced blessings of the energy center, please. All right, let's see here. All right, 7:55. My goal is, what I try to do is maybe talk for about 30 minutes, and at 8 o'clock, do the meditation every week, so it could kind of be consistent. I'm going to try to roll with that. I appreciate y'all being patient. I'm going to always try to have power. And again, let me share the Facebook group with you if you're just coming on. Let me do that real quick, and then we're going to check the poll, and we'll get started with the meditation here. Hold on. All right, I think this is it here. Does anybody have any other questions? All right, here's a link to the Facebook group. Sign up on it. We can communicate a little bit better that way. All right. Can you share with us the last experience that I had with meditation? Probably not the last one, but maybe the one before that. It's almost 8 o'clock. I will share that next week, because it's probably going to take a little longer than 4 minutes to tell. Plus, I just did a video on it. So that video will be coming out too. All right, so let's check the poll. Let's go back and we got a problem. It's a tie. Blessings of the energy. So somebody call a friend and get them to vote. Get on here and do a vote for us so we can make a decision. We are all right. So I think what we're gonna do. Let me see how we're gonna settle this. I'm gonna pick. I don't know. We're gonna flip a coin. All right. So let's see. Oh, blessings of the energy just won. Somebody stepped up and said, all right, I'll take care of this. That's what we're doing. I know a lot of people are happy now. I know everybody seems to like blessings of the energy center. So let me just quickly look and see what I've got here. Sorry, I'm going through all of my products on the website here. Okay. All right, I've got Blessings of the Energy Center 4, but I also think that I've got 10. I just have to find it. So once we get the Zoom call going, I'll try to find the 10. I'm pretty sure I've got that, but as of right now, it's Blessings of the Energy Center 4 as far as the most pro level one that I got, or the most, I don't know, the biggest number. So anyway, let me get the Zoom link up and bear with me just a moment here.
Recording in progress.
All right, hold on, coming to you, the highest. All right, here we go. Here's the Zoom link, and that should be good. We'll see if people are getting in over there. Just make sure you mute yourself when you come in. And let me advance. Hold on. All right, some people are coming in over there, so the link's working. All right, so it's now 7:59. I'm gonna give everybody about 5 minutes. So let's just say 8:04. We'll be back here, or let's just do 8:05 to be simple. 8:05, we'll get started on the meditation. So if anybody needs to use the restroom or get set up or whatever you got to do, just come back to the Zoom call at 8:05 and we'll get started here in just a few minutes. All right, I'll see you guys in just a little bit here. I'll see you guys in just a little bit here. Yeah.